Today we're going to be 3D layering with design paper. Hey there, it's Therese from Lostinpaper, and I've got the new Craft-A-Flower tulip from Altenew. It's a massive set of dies. You get 3 flowers, 2 leaves, and they're all layering, and there are a couple of stems in there as well. I wanted to show you how to piece these together today, and I thought these would look really nice using some design paper, and I've got the Enchanting Washes paper pack. So what I do is I grab out some of the colours that I think might work well together. I don't like to keep all the colours and papers in front of me. I get confused. I was considering adding some shades of purple, but in the end I did stick to just the design paper here. And these are really similar to the tulip layering stamps that Altenew have, and they look awesome done in sort of that watercolour washy look, and that's what made me choose these papers. So it's important to check the packaging, because this is going to tell you how to layer these dies together to get the best look for your flowers. The packaging has like a picture of each of the die pieces, but sometimes that's really hard to work it out. So if you look at the layering of the actual dies, each flower has 3 separate layers, and on the packaging you'll notice that the base layer for the flower is the darkest, the middle layer is the middle color, and the top layer is the lightest. So that gives you a guide on how to choose what color cardstock to use for your flowers. So I know I'm mixing it up a little bit here by using the design paper, but you can have a go at whatever design papers or even just plain color cardstock and see what you think. But if you kind of follow those guidelines with the packaging, it's going to make it much easier. The middle layer for the flower, I decided to kind of mix it up a little bit. So my darkest layer is that deep purple here, and I thought I'd add this kind of a blue purple color on 2 of the flowers, but on the 3rd one I thought it'd be fun to actually add sort of a different color flower altogether to make it pop on my card. So I did choose one of the pinks there. Initially I thought I was going to add these light speckly colors for the final layer, but I changed my mind. Well, I thought it just wasn't making me happy. It just was getting lost on the design, so I simply chose another color, cut it out, and I preferred these blues and the pale pink much better than the speckledy one that I'd die cut earlier. So don't think because you've die cut it that you have to use it. You can always change your mind, and I do it all the time. So I'm using a matte medium to adhere all the pieces together because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room, and I'm dotting it on just very lightly. Try not to put too much on because it will squish out the sides. The good thing about the matte medium is it does dry matte and it won't be shiny and be really noticeable. But if I do get any out the sides, I actually use my craft knife to scrape it away before it dries, and I find that works really well. So I have kept this in real time for the layering of the tulips and the leaves today because, like I said, the packaging isn't in intricate detail, so some people feel like they get a little bit lost about where to put the pieces. So I thought, well, if I have it, and drop it. Did you see what I did there? Lucky, I'm thinking here, lucky I used the matte medium, but I figured if I kept it in real time, at least if someone wasn't sure where to put things, I could check this video and work out exactly where the pieces go. For the leaves, they are both layering. There's 2 leaves in the set, and I've die cut some of the green frayed leaf cardstock. It's actually one of the A4 colours, A4 cardstock colours from Altenew, and I use it all the time. Did I say frayed leaf? Because I meant forest glades. It's forest glades. And the second one is from the shades of green, and that was the I can't remember now. It's one of the hunter green. I think it's the hunter green colour. I'm addicted to blending brushes right now. And I've got a stencil here. It's the Rose Bouquet stencil, and I've got the ink blending tool here from Altenew and adding a multitude of leaves here, blending them directly onto the front of my card. And then I just laid up. I just had this picture in my brain. I had to have a lot of leaves behind these flowers, and I didn't want to just add the die cut ones. So that's why I mixed it up there. Simply adhered and popped up my flowers, and I was going to stamp the sentiment, which is from the Fancy Greetings set with the Misty, but I wasn't game. So instead of doing that, I actually got the block out and stamped it with my obsidian black ink instead. I was thinking if I missed it with the Misty, I'll have to start again, and I didn't want to do that. Thanks for joining me today. If you liked the video, click on the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. I'll be back again real soon. Till then, happy paper crafting. Bye.